Ahoy hoy chat, hello and good morning. I have just finished donating part of my breakfast to the rats over across the room. I had huevos rancheros for some quesadillas and, anything with cheese and carbs is basically their favorite. Currently chat and I are debating what on earth Twitch is thinking with the list of people who are supposedly here in the room. I guess we'll find out. Maybe people with the chat window closed? Not a clue. I don't really know how Twitch works. I guess we'll find out eventually. Anywho, let us get started with our Ace Attorneying today. When we left off, I believe that Phoenix and Maya were in the middle of a case involving the Steel Samurai, a TV show, in theory at least, dedicated to about 10-year-olds. Maya's 17, she's still a big fan, and as we'll find out, one of the adults in the series is quite a fan of the stuff too. In any event, I don't remember where we are, so let's find out. Day 2 investigation. So yes, we've survived the initial day of the trial. We've made Edgeworth very angry several times, which is hilarious to watch. And now we get to go poke back around the Global TV studios. Whew, what a day. This is no time for relaxing, Nick! Say, you think WP's got a chance? I guess that really depends on the people we found out about in today's trial. Ah, yes, the surprise at the end of the first day of trial was that there were people in the studio that nobody had told us about, and for once, the person who told them to keep their mouths shut wasn't the prosecution. Prosecution was pretty angry about this. There is one thing Edgeworth hates more than losing, and that is being lied to by the witnesses, because he's built his perfect case depending on what they say, and if they're lying to him, that blows his case all to hell. He desperately does not appreciate that. The director and producer? Yeah, them. Well, what are we doing here then? Let's get to the studios. Alright, studios it is. October 18th, 2:16 p.m., Global Studios main gate. No one's here. Right, well now that they have Ms. Oldbag in custody. Ah yes, we accused the talkative old lady at the gate of murder. Just temporarily to keep things going. Don't worry, she gets better. I guess they don't have anyone else to replace her. Hey, in the guard station, look! She left her donuts! Aww. What? I wasn't gonna eat them. How did she leave in the guard station? The computer that runs the studio security cameras. Huh? It looks like it's been turned off for the day. Oh, that's smart. Have a murder in your studio and turn off all your security systems. Great. Welp. Let's see what we can find. Hey, Nick! It looks like Detective Gumshoe isn't here today. You're right. He's probably up to his neck in paperwork after the commotion at today's trial. So, Nick, remember that Studio 2 we heard about at the trial today? It was down that path with the fallen tree, right? Yeah, I think that's what they said. Maybe the director and the rest of them are there today. Now's our chance, Nick. Let's check it out. Studio 2 entrance. Oh, hey. This is Studio 2? I thought so. It doesn't really look much like a studio, does it? No, that it does not. Hey, there's a trailer over there. Donut in one of the Pajama Sam games? I've never played the Pajama Sam games. I didn't see any of them on Steam. I put a bunch of really classic, basically point-and-click adventures on the wish list on Steam because I want to get to them at some point. And Pajama Sam wasn't on there. I have Sam and Max Save the World in all of its various sequels because, you know, you can't do this without Sam and Max. Young Kids released in the 90s. Well, I was a slightly less young kid in the 90s, so my parents probably didn't bother. We did have a CD-ROM and a multimedia computer at that point, and we were very, very excited. Sometimes kid games can be surprisingly witty because they're written by adults, and adults like to slip things in. Kind of like Pixar movies. You know, kids can watch them, but adults also appreciate them. Hey, there's a trailer over there. Looks pretty sturdy for a movie set trailer. Are we sure this is a studio? I don't know. There's some flowers here. Wow, so pretty. They're taking good care of these. Don't get too close. That fence looks dangerous. Let's see. On closer inspection, this trailer looks like it's been here for a while. I don't think this is part of some temporary film set. A light van for moving staff and equipment around. They've kept it in pretty good shape. Looks like it'd run fine. Well, let's go for a drive! Sure, if I had a license. Nick, you don't have a driver's license? Look, I have this. Why are you showing me your attorney's badge, Nick? Yeah, that makes it slightly less believable that this is set in Los Angeles, which is where the localization is technically taking place. Phoenix doesn't drive. Phoenix bikes around, and apparently takes the bus. Which I guess you could do in Los Angeles, but, yeah, not very easy. Much more believable if it's set in Tokyo. An incinerator. Apparently they just put this one in. Also more believable if it's set in Japan. Incinerators for small amounts of garbage are still fairly common in a lot of areas there. Not so much in the US. In the US we tend to have municipal garbage collection and truck everything to landfills. Yes, the tilted fence post has got to be some sort of clue. It is, in fact, some sort of clue, but we don't have any idea why it's that way yet. It's already covered in soot. They must not clean it much. Looks like 2 people ate here. And there's nothing left on the plates. Hey, so they ate T-bone steaks too. What is it with steaks around here? Hey, there's always room for steak! But, something does seem out of place. What? I don't know. It just feels odd. There's a big 2 painted here. Probably because this is Studio 2? Probably, though it doesn't look anything like a studio. Nick, let's go inside! You think it's okay? Oh well, it's locked. Oh, let's see, how many things are there to find here? I think it's the fence, the flower bed, the plates, the incinerator, and the van. Well, let's see about the first studio. I don't really want to be in here. Yeah, it is a murder scene. I want to go someplace else. Nick? That's for reflecting light. They call it a reflecting screen or something like that. See, you should just call it a reflector. You use a lot of them in photography. A lot of them are smaller and more portable. You know those little foldy up things that you put on the windshield to keep the sun out of your car when it's hot in summer? Not so common out here in New England, but everybody had them back in Arizona. A lot of them are like that. They're basically just shiny foil. And in fact, if you don't have any shiny foil, you can bounce light around pretty well by just getting a big sheet of that white surface foam core from the dollar store. Pretty good for white balancing cameras, too. Huh. What? Is your enthusiasm for all things entertainment? Well, lighting is fine, but I'd want to be the director. Maybe the Steel Samurai. I think she's being serious. Hey, look! That's the chair the director sits in. I've always wanted to sit in one of these. Hey, Nick, take a look at that. One of those black and white boards they clap at the start of filming. And look, a megaphone! A real-life megaphone! The boards are actually called clapboards, and nobody uses a megaphone anymore. The director just shouts. Ready, Nick? Action! This girl is more troubled than I thought. Wow, look at that camera. That must cost a ton. Yeah, so don't touch it. Hey, smile, Nick. You're a star. Stop that. I don't know if there's anything else to find in here. They outlined where Jack Hammer's body lay with tape. His body was found still inside the evil magistrate costume. I guess that's why the head part looks like a helmet. Funny, I expected a spear stabbing would leave at least a few bloodstains. I guess the costume must have absorbed most of it. Main gate. And now for the employee area. Oops. Look, it's that assistant girl. Hey! Hi, WP's lawyers, right? I heard about the trial. Great job, guys. Oh? Don't mention it. Is it true they caught the security lady? Oh, oh. Actually, she just called me. She told me to cover up that drain. You mean that one? Wow, what a mess. I know. I'm not so good with handiwork. Some assistant, right? Yeah, but you do work on props and the backdrops, right? Right. Just lots of times they end up looking worse than they did before I fixed them. Oh? Oh, well, I'm sure these things happen. Nothing to worry yourself about. You're right, I won't. Personally, I think she should worry at least a little bit more. If you'll excuse me, I have to go to the guard station. I'm supposed to fill in for Ms. Oldbag. Right. See you later, then. Good luck with your investigation. Hey, that looks like a thing we should check out. So the fanboy they were talking about in the trial today, he came in through that drain? So it seems. I guess they covered it up in a hurry. Hey Nick! If that drain's covered, the boy won't be able to get in. Yeah, I think that was the idea. I feel kind of sorry for him, though, don't you? What, you want to rip the grate off? Really, Nick? We can? Oh, she's serious. Uh-oh. I don't know, what do you think? Should we meddle? I mean, our job is meddling, but should we meddle at this? Should we meddle in this? Hmm. I think meddling is the name of the game, yep. Well, I guess some things are just made to be broken. Yay! You know, Nick, you're pretty swell sometimes. Sometimes? Hey, yeah! There! That should make the kids happy. Things we do. The drain grate is off. And I know who did it. Now the kids will be able to come in again. Doesn't it make you feel great to do a good deed like that? Must be nice to live so free of guilt. Oh. Nick, let's go in. Maybe there'll be something else to steal. Hey, we're not thieves. But we did take that card key. We borrowed that. There's a difference. Poor Phoenix. This is where the Steel Samurai costume was on the day of the murder. That's what Mr. Powers says, at least. I guess they snuck in and took it while he was sleeping. But Nick, what if Mr. Powers hadn't been sleeping? The assistant went off to the main gate of the studio. She's not there to see it. I wonder what the killer was planning on doing then. Huh. That's a point. There's some regular suits in among the costumes here. Those must be Mr. Powers' personal clothes. I think most of this is the same. Anything else to steal? Supermarket tabloids? Wow. Kind of shocked. Maya, leave those alone! Wolfman found on Mars? I have to buy that issue. Looks like someone was sleeping here. Maybe Powers did take a nap here like he said. Locked. I guess he doesn't open his window much. It is kind of dusty outside. Alright. Nobody yet? Alright, let's see if the assistant's there to talk to. Hey. Oh, hello. Oh, you look a little out of place. It's the clothes, isn't it? I thought my camo vest might do the trick. Kind of an alternative guard fashion thing. So how are the studios doing? There's police wandering around everywhere. It's terrible. They won't even let me clean up. Don't want me disturbing evidence. I haven't even cleaned up our lunch plates from the day of the murder. You mean those plates with the steak bones left over on them in the employee area? Yeah. Can you believe it? Do kids sneak in here a lot? Well, I don't think there's that many of them, but I do see one in particular a bunch. He's always gawking at the sets or snapping pictures. You should see old Windbag's eyes flash when she sees him. She has a bit of trouble catching him, though. I heard something at the trial today. They said that the director and producer were here the day of the murder. Oh, sorry. I was in the prop storage room, so I didn't see them. I guess they were here, though. The studio head seemed pretty eager to keep us quiet. So they were trying to protect the director? More the producer, really. The producer's our real star here. She saved these studios from the brink of disaster and kept them running. I don't think we'd still be in business if it weren't for that producer. The producer, huh? Let's see. I have a walkthrough here to make sure that I don't actually miss anything. Because occasionally I do. I do remember roughly how these games go, but, Samurai Day 2 Investigation. I do remember roughly how the plot goes, but sometimes I forget where exactly the evidence is sitting or what you have to do to trigger the next part of the conversation. The way these things work is basically, it's a system of event flags. Once you do a particular thing to progress the plot, it'll trip a little switch in the programming, and then the next segment will come out for you. Okay. And sometimes the order in which you need to trip them, sometimes you can trip them in any order, and sometimes the order in which you need to trip them is very fixed, and it's not necessarily predictable which one it is. So let's have a chat with WP. Oh, Mr. Wright, thank you for earlier. Not at all. We got lucky, to tell the truth. You can say that again. Let's not. So WP, Do you have any leads that might get us going in the right direction? Sorry, but no. Be sure to tell us anything that comes to mind, no matter how small. We can't rely on getting lucky again tomorrow. Yeah. Do, fanboys sneak into the studios often? No, not that I know of. That security lady's pretty strict with them. But in today's testimony, didn't she say they were often hanging around? The kids really, really love the Steel Samurai. They sneak past when she's not looking, I guess. Was the director present at the morning run-through? Yeah, he was. He was directing how the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate should move. Why didn't you tell us that before? Well, just the studio asked us to keep quiet. That has nothing to do with this. I hate to repeat myself, but Nick here is a newbie lawyer, fresh off the bar. When he loses, he's gonna lose big. I see. Whose side is she on? You aren't hiding anything else from us, are you? No, I sure hope not. That's not an encouraging response from your client. I hope I'm not hiding anything. It's not a napkin, it's his handkerchief. He's kind of a teary-eyed guy right now, you know, being in the dock for murder. Okay. Ah. WTF, who are you dudes? LMAO. Huh? We? Wait, you first! Who are you? You look pretty suspicious to me. Whatever, lemurs. How could you not know the great Salmonella? I make delete shows, the Steel Samurai, mine! Read the film credits. Really? You're the Salmonella? No, that's not the fanboy. I'm so sorry, you look so... Sorry! No, quite alright, really. It's fine, Raffle. What is it? You know, on closer inspection... Yeah, hot! Slobber. Hey, did you do a lot of cosplay? Cause that costume rocks, sir. Rock swords? What? Hey, you're drooling. Huh? Oh, buffer overrun. You've triggered my creative powers! Yes, it's coming to me. Pink Princess! The sequel to the Steel Samurai, Pink Princess, Warrior of Little Old Tokyo. Raffle? Nah. Hello. Pink Princess? Why is it gotta be Little Old Tokyo? Why can't it have a cool name like Neo Old Tokyo? Maya, we really need to talk about cool. Did you notice anything unusual on the day of the murder? Oh, I know who you dudes are. That security lady told you about us, huh? That's right. It was a pretty regular day. We had a run-through for an action scene in the morning. Then a meeting from lunchtime in the Studio 2 trailer. I was so busy I didn't even get a chance to eat lunch. Aww. A T-bone steak, was it? Yeah, sucksers. I hate missing out on food. Nick, what does sucksers mean? No idea. Anyway, I was in a meeting from noon until after 4. Yeah, this is the director. This is, tragically, the director of a real show. Of the Steel Samurai, and yeah, he's always this way. With the producer and some bigwigs from the network. Mr. Hammer's time of death was estimated at 2:30 p.m. If he's telling the truth, that meeting gives him an alibi. About the producer who was at the meeting with you? Oh, you mean Dee Vasquez. She's a genius. Mad skills all the way. Scary, though. She brought these studios back from the brink of destruction. She's the one who made it possible for me to make the Steel Samurai. You had a meeting with her on the day of the murder, right? Yeah, we were together from noon to 4 p.m. the whole time. Who exactly are these bigwigs people keep mentioning? Oh, the boss over at the network and some sponsors. Also a few production guys. They piled into a limousine and got here right around noon. Major tension. Were all of them with you the entire time? Yeah, unfortunately. They're all gray-haired geezers. Scowl. Huh. Sounds like they'd all be reliable witnesses. Alright. Well, they were all in Studio 2, so I guess that's where we all go. See if there's anything there now. This place is deserted. Nick! What was that noise? Sounded like it came from inside the trailer. Someone must be inside. Hello? No answer. Pretty suspicious if you ask me, Nick. Let's go in. I'm not sure we should be barging in. Huh. It's locked. What? Don't we have a key? No. This is probably one of the guard stations at the main gate. Then what are we waiting for? Let's borrow it. If they'll let us. Ha! You again! How rude, acting like you've seen a ghost. You certainly got back to your post quickly. Oh, the police took me away, they did. They pulled out a spare Steel Samurai costume. Told me to put it on. Can you imagine? How could I, a sweet little old lady, wear a giant suit like that? Mr. Powers is pretty tall. As soon as they saw there was no way I could wear it, they let me go. I guess that would rule out her being the murderer. Yeah, Phoenix has a bit of an impulse control problem. He tends to do stuff, or especially say things first and then figure out why he did that later. It's hilarious to watch. I'm not sure I would enjoy it too much in real life, though. Anyway, know this, whippersnapper. This old lady never forgets a slight or insult. And you won't get any information out of me. My lips are sealed. You sure are talking a lot for someone with sealed lips. Starting now! 1, 2, 3, This lady's too much. About that kid you said you saw. If I see him again, I'm taking him down. Nick, look at her eyes. She's serious. About the director, the one who was here on the day of the murder. If I see him again, I'm taking him down. Nick, I think she's losing it. Well, I guess she's no help. Hey! Hey, wait! I'll bet he came in right through that drain. Hey, Kiddo, what's your name, sport? I'm not a kid, so don't talk to me like that. Huh? But you are a kid. What a rude little brat. That's no way to talk to an adult. I don't see no adults here, hippie fashion chick. Hippie fashion? Nick, I think I'm being mocked. You gotta hand it to Maya, she's pretty sharp, and pretty mad. I'm Cody. Cody Hawkins. Call me Kitty-O again and I'll cut you down where you stand, evildoer. So you're a fan of the Steel Samurai. How dare you utter that name, evildoer! What do you mean? We're on the Steel Samurai's side. Ha! Ha! You can't fool me! Okay, then what's the last line said by the innkeeper in episode 8? Ha! Easy! Like some fries with that? Not bad, kiddo. Watch it! What are they doing? Say, you heard anything about the incident the other day? You were here, weren't you? Did you see anything? He... He always... The Steel Samurai always wins. Always! Yeah, I saw him. I saw everything. What? But no way am I telling you, losers. What? Wait. Let me go! And off he bolts. He's gone. Huh? Something fell off the table when he bumped into it on his way out. A bottle? Why was this sitting there, I wonder? Empty bottle found on a table in the employee area. The label reads, sleeping pills. Anyway, what was that kid saying? He saw everything? Well, that kid's around. Getting old bag took off after him. Huh? Where's that old windbag? Order for her to leave her post. Hey! Nick, that was her! Stop! Whippersnapper! Yeah, sounds like she's chasing after that boy. Natch! Uh-oh, she tripped. Maya sure looks happy. Well, since she's not here anymore... Hey, Nick! Now's our chance! Let's check out the guard station. Good idea. Oh? This is it, Nick. The trailer key. The key to that trailer in Studio 2. We'll be borrowing this, right, Nick? Yeah, someone gave Will a nap. Convenient nap that destroys any alibi he might otherwise have had. I wonder if the key we borrowed from the guard station will work. It opens. Great! Let's go, Nick. She seems eager all of a sudden. Well, you first, Nick. Not that eager. Studio 2 trailer. Someone's in here. Names. Our names? We're WP's lawyers, and... I see. And who might you? Dee Vasquez. The producer. Dee Vasquez. She's quite beautiful. In the original Japanese, her speech bubbles are like single kanji. She's very terse. It's an effect you see in a couple other places. If you played Final Fantasy VIII, I think it's Fujin in the student cafeteria does the same thing. It's very telegraphic. It's not something you can do terribly well in English, but they did their best here. I should note the background on this is absolutely gorgeous in the HD remake. You can't really make out anything in the original DS version. I imagine it's even worse in the GBA version, but I played the DS version first. You can actually read the posters on the HD remake here. These are all, in theory, movies that I think Jack Hammer used to star in. The Dynamite Samurai, Samurai Summer, The Singing Samurai. And you can actually see some of the diagram things on the whiteboard in the back. All of it completely illegible on the tiny screen of the DS originally. So, it's nice to see it here. I was wondering if you could tell me about the day of the murder. Ms. Vasquez? Script. Excuse me? Script. I'm looking for a script. Script? The Steel Samurai, episode 13. I need it. Could we ask you a bit about the day of the murder? I need to read it. We're getting nowhere. Um, we'd really like to ask you about the Steel Samurai. Ms. Vasquez? It's on TV. Every week. And that's all I have to say about that. Nick, she's telling us to go watch TV? The nerve of her! Hey, don't get mad at me. About the director. Salmonella, was it? What, exactly is his role here? Perhaps I didn't make myself clear. I'm looking for a I can't be bothered with anything else. Nick? Are all people in the entertainment business this weird? Yes. Generally they are. Not usually this obstructive, but yes, generally this weird. Starting to look like it. Nick, let's get out of here. Isn't there someplace else we have to check? Yeah. Wait. Yes? If you see Manila, give him this. Why do we have to do your errands? I don't think I like her. Don't cry. She'll take it as a sign of weakness. Alright, we'll give it to him if we see him. Alright, well. We last saw Manila in the dressing room in the employee area, so let's give that a shot. Since we are evidently running her errands for her now. Yep, there's you. Here, I got this from the producer. Huh? Bring me the script for episode 13. Episode 13? Where did I put that one? I must have left it somewhere. Uh-oh. Linus is pwned if I don't find it. Nick, it might be quicker to just look in all the places where he's likely to have been. I agree. Well, I know where we saw a script. Yay! We're back at the scene of the crime. Let's find what we need and get out of here quick, Nick. This is a script. I hope it's the right one. Hey, look! That's the chair the director sits in. I've always wanted to sit in one of these. The director. Maya. Take a look around that chair for me, would you? Remember that script the director was talking about? Didn't he say he'd left it somewhere? Yeah, the entire studio campus is the scene of the crime, but technically the outline of the body is only in one room. Aha! Found it, Nick. The script. Good work. Script placed in pocket. Right. Back to the unhelpful producer lady. Here, we found it. Your script. Script handed to D. Vasquez. Uh, you're not going to talk to us? Quiet. I'm reading. Just you hold on. What's the big idea? Who do you think you are anyway? And do you even know who we are? Powers lawyers? Right. Am I a suspect? No, it's just... Well, no, but... You wanted to know about the day of the murder. Yes. Anything you could tell us would be a big help. You know there was a meeting here at noon. Yes, with the director and the people from the network. Correct. Now listen closely. None of the people in this trailer that afternoon went to Studio One. It was impossible for us to leave. Impossible? Why? The path was blocked. The path? On the day of the murder, the path that leads here was blocked? You saw Mr. Monkey on the way here, correct? Mr. Monkey? The monkey with the broken head. Oh, right, that. What an original name. Its head fell over in the wind on the day of the murder. They didn't start moving the head out of the way until after 3. It was after 4 by the time the path was unblocked. Capiche? Everyone in this trailer was stuck here until the path was cleared. Stuck in this trailer. Stuck until after 4. Hammer died at 2:30. Thus, none of us could have gone to Studio One. They that moved the blockage are the random studio staff. They're not a factor in this case. Just the time that the path was blocked is. What? It's true. A crane came just after 3 to move the head. We called some people in to clear the way. I'm sure they'd corroborate my story. But wait! What if the head fell over after 2:30? Hi, Michael! We're busy trying to get information out of a really uncooperative producer at the Global TV Studios. It's excruciating, as usual. Because nothing in Phoenix's life is easy. But then you could have gone to Studio One. 2:30. The time of death. Very well. Come. That's Mr. Monkey. When it wasn't broken, it announced the time in oops. 1 oop per hour. Ook, 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 ook. Always with the ooking. It is a monkey after all. Check its head. Sadly, it is not the librarian. It's a monkey. It's a mascot of Global Studios, where the Steel Samurai apparently is filmed. Or at least was before the unfortunate murder. The clock inside stopped when it broke. Clocks are a big thing in murder mysteries. If you have a fair play mystery, you have to do something to narrow down the time of the murder, and usually people's alibis depend on proving that they were in a specific place at a specific time. So clocks do a lot of things in these games. Nick, it stopped at 2:15. 2:15? That's right. This path was blocked from 2:15 until after 4. Therefore, we're innocent. Mr. Hammer died in Studio 1 at 2:30. See? Goodbye. Mr. Monkey's head data added to the court record. Yes, the murderer was the wind, absolutely. No, a lot of other things in this game. Proving alibis in these games often depends on external coincidence. Like, you're using other things that happened that were unrelated to the crime in order to prove people's whereabouts or the timing of events. Oh, they're definitely not innocent. They're horrible people. The person accused of murder is in fact not a horrible person. He's actually quite a nice guy. But the people we're talking to right now are in fact cold. Uniformly. What do we do, Nick? There isn't anyone besides WP who could have killed Hammer. It's over. We're finished. Sure doesn't look good. Guess we should head back to the office and plan our strategy. You don't have a strategy, Phoenix. You use the indie ploy in basically everything in your life. You shout things first and figure it out later. Now what? We're fresh out of clues. Everyone's alibi is watertight. We don't even have any promising leads. Things are looking pretty grim. It's a little early for giving up, don't you think? Huh? You've got one lead. Mia! It's you! What took you so long? Sorry, Phoenix. Naya has trouble calling me unless she's really in trouble. Right. Oh, wait, I guess that means we're really in trouble. I'd say so. What did you mean we have one lead? The boy, of course. Yeah, I saw him. I saw everything. What? But no way am I telling you losers. Yeah, Maya's clothes are a little bit small for Mia. It gets worse in the next game when Mia's occasionally channeled by an 8-year-old. So, yeah. I don't know. He didn't sound like he was gonna help us at all. I'm sure you can find some way of bringing him over to your side. Either way, we should go back to the studios. That boy's our last hope, Phoenix. Thanks. Now I'm more worried than I was before. So what's the best thing to do from here? We need to get to the studio and talk to that boy. Any ideas? So, do you have any ideas about who might have done this? We don't have enough information to make a case yet. Where have I heard that phrase before? So that's where Maya got it from. Oh, it's Wendy old bag again. What's wrong? Whippersnapper! She's been chasing that boy this whole time. when I can catch him, I... Sounds like she hasn't had any luck catching him. I got a hostage now, whippersnapper! A hostage? What happened to the boy? If I see him again, I'll... lay him flat! My, what a violent old lady. Actually, I met with the director just now. Eh? My heart. I don't feel so good. Is she okay? Before I go, I'd like to visit the place where poor Hammer died. Right, she was saying she wanted to visit the studio where he died. What's this about a hostage? When that boy was running away, he dropped this and ran. He'll come back for this one. Yes. Other people can see that she is Mia. When a spirit medium channels a spirit in these games, their physical form changes. It actually comes into play in a couple of later cases. Mia doesn't look exactly like Mia. Maya's hair is a little bit darker, and she doesn't bother taking down Maya's hairstyle, but she is, in fact, Mia in court. Nobody recognizes her because, well, would you expect a dead woman to be standing beside the defense? I mean, nobody but Phoenix would expect that. So, no, the judge, well, okay, the judge doesn't recognize anybody because the judge has a memory of a goldfish. But when Mia stands up in court, Edgeworth doesn't recognize her either. And, neither does another prosecuting attorney later in the series who actually was pretty well acquainted with her. But, yeah, she does look like Mia, but nobody expects it to be Mia because Mia's dead. So, yeah, it's fun times with spirit mediums. It's hard to understand her with all that huffing and puffing. Phoenix, that hostage might be what we need. Cody might talk to us if we gave him that. Oh, good idea. Ms. Oldbag, might I— No! I'm catching that brat if it's the last thing I do! Phoenix, do you have anything that might trade with her? A trade, huh? I wonder... We do. She wants to get into Studio 1. We still have that card key. Hey, that's a card! Studio 1? Right. A card key to Studio 1. I could visit poor Hammer. I'd like to visit. He died. Whew. I was his fan. You don't have your own card, Ms. Oldbag? Studio 1 isn't my turf. You'll let me borrow it then? If I give her the card key, then I won't be able to get into Studio 1. Keep it for now? I don't think there's any other way to get the hostage away from her. Is that last bit of breath or a pout? I think we'll lend it to her. The one and only studio guard is, or the security guard is supposed to be guarding the main gate to the studios. She's here for, like, the tour groups that come through. She's supposed to keep the fanboys from getting in. She's not supposed to be in the studios. She has to tailgate people in. Why don't you let her borrow it, Phoenix? I guess it can't hurt. Here you go, Ms. Oldbag. Card key lent to Ms. Oldbag. Listen to me, Sonny. I don't like having debts to no whippersnappers. You take this and we're even. Deal? What's this? A Steel Samurai trading card? That sneaky kid dropped it. I figure it's pretty important to him, though. Thank you. May have a use for this. This must be the hostage she was talking about. Steel Samurai trading card. Right, I'm off. And there she goes, hobbling off towards the studio. Well, wonder if that kid is back. Ha-ha! Hey you, wait a sec! Phoenix, was that the boy? Yeah, his name's Cody Hackins. I think he ran into the dressing room. Note that Phoenix is normally actually a lot better with kids than this. Cody just hates everybody. He's sure to be in here somewhere. Found you! Damn it, he's getting away! Come back! There, he's back. How did she... Mia apparently has the everybody's mother voice. She uses it a few times in the series. Hey there. Would you mind helping us out? Please? I'm Cody. Hello, Cody. I'm Mia. Mia Fey. Nice to meet you. Yo! And I'm Phoenix Wright. Who asked? Phoenix, you can take it from here. I'm not so sure I'm qualified. The Steel Samurai's so cool. I think he's, the bomb.
Ha! What would a lamer like you know about the Steel Samurai?
You watch that attitude. Phoenix, you really shouldn't yell like that. He's only a kid.
Yeah, don't yell like that. I'm only a kid.
I think he's about 10. Phoenix is only like 24, okay? He's literally fresh out of law school. he graduated the bar like, if this is set in America, the bar exam is given in July, so he literally graduated the bar like 2 months before he tried his first murder, in which he helped his childhood friend not get put away for the unrelated death of his girlfriend of the week. So, yeah, it's October now, so, yeah, he's been a lawyer for like 3 months. So, do you know anything about what happened here? Could you tell me, please?
I don't know nothing.
Huh. Looks like a little persuasion is necessary. Maybe a bribe? Well, we got a bribe. Hey, Cody, this look familiar?
Hey! What you are?
You are? Huh?
You are, you know, ultra rare. That card's really hard to get. Man, for a grown-up, you sure are dumb.
I'll give you this if you help me.
But that's my card! By offering me something I already own, you are in effect eschewing the very basis of our considerate society, namely the principle of fair trade. Man, for a grown-up, you sure are dumb.
What do they teach these kids in school these days? Quantum physics?
Whatever. I don't need that card.
Huh?
I got a double. Just keep it. It's yours.
What? Why went through all that trouble?
If you want to trade, find me a really rare card.
Really rare? You mean there's something rarer than ultra rare?
Ultra rare premium cards are way rarer than plain ultra rare cards. Come on! Man, for a grown-up, you sure are dumb.
Premium rare? Why do I feel like we're talking about steaks? Alright, so we gotta find him a better card before he'll talk. Let's see. Trailer. Here we go.
hi.
Hello. What brings you here?
Oh, well, I had to arrange some stuff. Um,
Yes?
the girl with you, doesn't she seem a little different? Like, is she even the same person as before?
Nope. She's the same as always.
Same as always. Okay, whatever you say.
Have you seen that boy since then?
Nope, you missed it though. The security lady was chasing around after the boy so fast I thought she'd collapse. Of course, he got away in the end. Boy, was she mad.
Actually, we saw them. How's the old windbag doing?
She was squeezing donuts through her clenched fists back at the guard station.
Some people take their jobs a little too seriously. Are all the posters on the wall here of Hammer?
Yeah, it's really a terrible loss for the studios.
But his popularity had been waning recently, right?
That's true. Then again, after what happened.
After what happened?
You mean, you don't know about Hammer?
No, what?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything.
Wait, now you have to tell me what happened with Hammer.
I'm sorry. I'm probably not the one who should tell you.
Uh-oh. Why do I get the feeling something's being covered up here? This is not my beautiful waifu. One of the things I actually appreciate the most about the Ace Attorney series is that the places where you'd figure romantic tension is obligatory actually aren't played on here. Like you would figure in a more conventional series, there Phoenix would have had a major crush on his boss, and he'd be in terrible emotional pain now that she's dead and only sporadically coming back. Or you'd figure on romantic tension between him and his assistant, and neither of those is actually the case here. You see some of the supporting characters have romances in the Ace Attorney series, but word of God from the director is that the main character is not ever going to do the will they won't they thing because it takes too much away from the case. And interestingly, into that lacuna, fans have mostly read Phoenix and Edgeworth. Like, to the extent that it surprised the director, it wasn't originally intended, but after they all came back going, double double romance, subtext and everything they do, he's like, huh, well, that seems popular. We should lean into that. And so it gets considerably more blatant in the second and third games. But yeah, some of the supporting characters do get romances, or you hear about one having happened in the background that provides a basis for some of the things in a case. The cutest one with one of the supporting characters is that Gumshoe later meets his match. There's a policewoman that he has a major crush on, and then plot happens and she leaves the police force, and then he has a much more major crush on her, and it is the cutestest thing ever. It is the world's least observant detective meets the world's unluckiest woman. They are a match made in heaven. But none of that is like a part of the case. So it doesn't distract from the actual mystery. So, you never have to divert from the fair play puzzle you're trying to solve to go, nah, button mash through all the emotional stuff that has nothing to do with what's going on in court. It's a very interesting series, and because those typical will they won't they topics are never touched on, the main theme emotionally is actually something like the importance of friends and found family. A lot of the people in this series basically don't have any family support for various different reasons, and they all kind of come together around Phoenix and form this weird but very effective little motley crew of strange people with various talents. Uh, Dimension 20 Mintopolis? I will put it on the list of things that I should be doing. Right now, I'm playing through other Ace Attorney games in the background so I can do the game notes that go up on the blog that is attached to the page. I actually need to edit the web page for this down on my little overlay for Twitch. But there is a landing page for the channel. It's circera.wixsite.com/ratto-moon, ratto-moon. I'll stick it in the chat. Website. slash Rapto Moon. And the game notes for all of these things, some of the translation notes and cultural notes and series notes are actually going up on the blog page there. I think I have them set to post like the Friday morning before I stream, something like that, and alerts for them go out on Facebook and Instagram. But yeah, I'm replaying these things in the background so that I know what I'm doing when I get here, and also so that I know what topics I really want to touch on when I am going through all the dialogue trees. There's a lot of very interesting things in these. Translating and localizing point and click mysteries like this essentially is a really big undertaking, especially one that was as snarky in the original as this is. If you look at the literal translation of the Japanese, a lot of the dialogue, Phoenix has a lot more one-liners in English than Naruhodo did in the original Japanese, and it's because in Japanese, a lot of sarcasm and snark is basically just it's saying what would otherwise be very basic observations in an extremely dry and sarcastic tone. And in order to make him come off as much of a deadpan snarker in English, he had to be a lot more overtly sarcastic. So yeah, technically a lot of these things are added by the localization team, but they're being added in an effort to make everything feel the same as it originally did. Mind you, he is exactly this snarky in Japanese. It's just conveyed differently in the literal, like, translations. And Maya is just as chipper in the original Japanese. Instead of being obsessed with burgers, she's obsessed with fancy ramen. Let's see. What else? Pretty much everything else is basically the same. Larry is just as much of a shiftless idiot. Um, Notably, the thing where he and Edgeworth refer to each other by surname only in English is exactly the same in Japanese, and in Japanese it's exactly as unusual, and um, it, the first time they do it, it immediately suggests that they have some sort of personal history together. Of what kind is unspecified, but like they obviously know each other just from hearing them address each other in that way. So, language stuff is interesting. Do you know anything about this?
Hey, that's a Steel Samurai trading card. I collect those, actually. I'm one card away from a complete set.
A complete set?
Yeah, a set of one of each card.
Huh.
Wait. That's it! That's the card I need! You don't know how long I've been looking for it!
Uh,
I don't care what kind of girl you might think I am, I need that card! Please, I beg you, please trade with me.
trade with you?
Yes! Trade cards! Look, I'll even trade you an ultra rare premium card.
Trade me a... Huh?
Yes, it's a good deal for your ultra rare. Please?
Phoenix, can't you see she's desperate? What's everybody getting so excited about? Okay.
Really? Oh, thanks. Then this is for you.
Ultra rare premium Steel Samurai collectible card. Very valuable.
Yahoo!
And there she goes. Phoenix has the memory of a goldfish and also kind of doesn't care. Uh, one of the other great things about this series is how very quickly Phoenix learns to not care how weird other people are. Yeah. Like in a lot of series where the theoretically normal main character gets dropped into a world full of people as kooky as this, they spend all of their time complaining. And in fact, in the fourth game of the series, when the viewpoint switches to Apollo Justice for a little while, that's basically what Apollo does the entire time. It's, what are you doing here? Why are you being weird at me? I hate this and I want to leave Oz, essentially. Phoenix just kind of lets it roll off his back. He's like, okay, these people are strange. Does it interfere in my life? Nope. Alright, whatever. He very quickly internalizes all of this kind of stuff. Like when Maya first tells him about all the spirit medium stuff, his brain hits a pothole for half a second, and then the next thing out of his mouth is, "Great, call your sister. We'll ask her what happened." And then he's very disappointed that she can't. Um, so yeah, it's it's definitely one of his best qualities. Doesn't doing good things like that make you feel great? Yeah, yeah, it does. Okay, well, we have an ultra rare premium now, so let's go bribe the child.